Hello everyone, and welcome back to a Fortnight at Frenni Fazclaire's. I'm going to be continuing the story today with Night 6. So if you haven't seen the previous nights, I would definitely encourage you to take a look at my playlist of a Fortnight at Frenni Fazclaire's. It obviously contains all of my previous videos, and it's going to give you a chance to catch up with the story and be aware of everything that has happened so far. So definitely take a look at my playlist. It's going to be linked in the video description. And if you're all caught up, you're aware of everything that has happened so far in this amazing visual novel, let us just proceed with Night 6, which will probably be my last video about this game for a little while, because this is the last night that was added in the current update. So Night 7, 8, and 9 is still being worked on. So Night 6 is the last that was added. Although I will maybe upload an extra video where I go over some of the stuff I missed during Night 4, 5, and 6. That's a possibility, but I'm not gonna guarantee it. So Night 6 is gonna be a big deal here. It's gonna be an epic finale, at least for now. So let's jump right into it. Once I get home, I have some spare time before I have to sleep. What should I research? I probably should research coding, but at the same time, I'm kind of obsessed with physical security systems. I want to just ensure that I can hack the system and do whatever I want with the girls back at the nightclub. Nothing weird, nothing explicit. I just want to talk to them and I just want to liberate them. That's what I meant. So, I'll continue researching it. After 3 hours, I can't put off sleep any longer. Time for bed. I awake 9 hours later. Look at that. Josh Black getting a healthy amount of sleep. I'm proud of him. I'm proud of him. I wish I could do the same in real life. Like, personally, I sleep about 2 to 3 hours every night, and that's the best I can do. So, getting 9 hours of sleep? I wish. I wish. There's a text from Zero waiting for me. What's up, Zero? Remember not to get too pent up, otherwise the girls might pounce on you during the night. There she is, reminding us once again to not get too pent up. The hour passes faster than expected, my alarm goes off, and I head to work. Back to the nightclub we go. The sound of light guitar riffs filters through the club when I get to work. I expect to see all the girls practicing on stage once more, but this time, it's just Bonfie. We haven't talked to Bonfie a whole lot during Night 4 and Night 5, so it would make sense that this here, Night 6, is going to be centered around Bonfie a lot more. She's seated on the edge of the stage, her legs dangling over the side as she hums to keep herself on beat. Hi Josh, you're early. Only by like 5 minutes. Still, it's better to be early than to be late. Hey, no kidding. No kidding. That has been my philosophy for the entirety of my life. I've always been earlier than later to like any appointments or any parties or anything really. So I definitely agree with that 1000%. Here, Mr. Smith said I should give you your task list directly tonight. Well, let's see. What does it want me to do this time? She hands me a list, well, more like 2 bullet points. Test Bonfie's new conversational suit. Do not mess with the animatronics. New conversational suit? Yep, the customers kept complaining I wasn't stimulating enough for them, so Mr. Smith worked with his buddy to upgrade my subroutines. Well, I feel like the Gaming Rose wouldn't agree with that. I feel like he definitely wouldn't agree with that statement. He's the biggest fan of Bonfie I know of, so I think you're stimulating enough for him at least. I feel like I have so many things to say and only so much time to say them. You certainly seem more animated. Well, if all I have to do is chat with you, then it'll be an easy night. Wanna go sit at the bar or something? Bonfie hops off the edge of the stage and follows me to the bar. She leans over behind the bar to grab a carrot to nibble and suck on. Oh, okay. You actually need to eat? Can you taste things? I've always wondered. She's doing a Bugs Bunny on me. It's like, what's up, Doc? We can convert foodstuffs into extra energy or store it for later. Really now? Really now? So if they eat food, it's not completely wasted. You might already know this, but when customers try to drink with us, we store the liquor to put back in the bottle later. Yeah, that's something we've learned earlier on during the game. I feel like that's a health code violation on so many levels. It's not like we contaminated or anything else. Besides, Mr. Smith is all about cutting costs where possible. They do keep themselves clean. We've seen the girls taking showers, so they're trying to just stay as clean as possible. Cleanliness goes with holiness, you know what I mean? And Chiku is all about that stuff. Speaking of, your new programming, have your commands been updated as well, or have some been removed? Her eyes flash red and blue before she answers. A good amount have been updated, but I can't give you an exact number. Security protocol and all that. Besides, that's boring stuff. Ask me something juicy. Alright, which of the other girls would you date if you could? Oh boy. Who are we shipping? Who are we shipping? Bonfie, please. Please. Tell us. That's a tough one. That's a tough one. I think I'd have to go with Frenni. If only because she's got that whole dummy mummy vibe, and I'm totally down for that. Bonfie x Frenni. Well, it's official, folks. It's official. We got a ship right here, and I'll expect a lot of artwork to be made of that. Plus, with my music and her singing, we'd be unstoppable on stage. Reasonable, so you're really focused on making music then. Basically, I care about three things. Music, saxophones, and making mixtapes to have great saxophone tracks. I can't help but laugh a little at her honesty. Dang, Bonfie, your hormones are through the roof. Like, out of all the characters, I think Bonfie is the one that, you know, needs that, you know what I mean, the most. Is that why you like being a stripper? I would think so. I mean, it gives her, like, an outlet. It's a good workout, and I get to make people happy by watching me. I'm sure they get really happy. People tend to be more honest with themselves when they're happy. I get to see a side of them that they don't often show to the world. And why, I bet. It makes perfect sense to me. That's oddly poetic in a way. Though I wonder, why haven't you sent me any, any of those things? Is that because I'm not showing you the real me, as you put it? Two reasons for that. One, I don't think pictures or even videos capture my performances in dancing well. I mean, it depends, like, who's filming. I'm pretty sure, like, if I did the filming, I'd capture it. I'm actually pretty decent when it comes to filming stuff, so I think I'd do a decent job of capturing it. Capturing the essence. Two, I figured between the other girls, you wouldn't want/need any from me. Well, you know, Chiku started sending me stuff during Night 5, so I'm all good, you know, I'm good, it's all good. Sweet, can you talk about the day shift at all? I'm curious what things are like when I'm not here. It's your standard lewd nightclub. A bunch of guys and few girls come in to eat, drop terrible pickup lines, and basically fawn over me and the others. The others, you say? Could you give me a list of names of, like, who's been doing that with Chiku? I just like a quick list, so I can, you know, come in, like, even earlier than usual, and maybe, you know, take off a few names off the list, you know what I mean, Bonfie? You know what I mean? They're not looking respectfully if they're going too far. I might have to stab a bitch, you know, it is what it is, it is what it is. I'm just asking if you could do that for me, I'd appreciate it. Mr. Smith's talked about bringing on more girls to keep up with the men, but... Her eyes flash red. But I can't talk about that. I note that roadblock and continue on. So, music. What's your favorite genre, song and band? Easy. Hard rock metal for the first, and Pump It by Electric Callboy for the second and third. we've got that in common. That's typically what I have on my Spotify playlist, too. I'm not familiar with that one. She reaches up to flicker right here. Moments later, the song begins playing through her speakers. On the surface, it's a song about working out, but I easily pick up the undertones. She even plays a few more songs from the band to give me a further taste. Hey, we did have like an amazing performance during Night 5. If you haven't seen that, look it up. The girls were all on stage giving us one hell of a show. Good stuff. Is that why you went for a guitar / bass as your first and main instrument? Sorta, yeah. There's a visceral reaction to a good riff that can't be easily replicated by other instruments working on their own. A good guitar can carry a show on its own in the right hands. I absolutely agree with that too. Yeah. Bonfie's making a lot of good points. Ever try to draw or paint? You have singing, dancing, and music covered. Why not master another creative skill? I don't have the mind for physical art, unless that physical art is playing the saxophone, that I'm a virtuoso at. Yeah, we've established that. You're pretty good on that saxophone, Bonfie. Good for you. Do you and the girls watch TV or films? Maybe we could do a movie night when there's free time. I can't answer that one, sorry. Wait, what? That's a pretty generic question. That is really odd. That is really, really odd. I try a different, though likely still block question. Of all the past night guards, who was your favorite and who lasted the longest? Wow. Oh, that's easy. Mike... Wait, hold up. Mike who? That information is blocked. I'm sorry. Oh, we got a first name here. Alright then. What's your Come on, Josh. Have some decency. What a pervert. That guy is such a pervert. Oh, tough one. I think I like the Flying Dutchman the most. You know what my favorite one is, actually, Bonfie? If we're on the subject and if we're fully talking about this, we're just openly talking about this. Downward fucking Dog. How about that? You interested in that? Huh? Jesus Christ. Let me tell you guys, that is one of the greatest positions of all time. Freaking insane. The what? The Flying Dutchman. You suspend the guy from the ceiling above the bed, then screw him doggy style while only using your momentum to make him bounce. What kind of crazy ass acrobatics is this? Sounds complex and a lot of setup. Yeah, you definitely have to be quite the athlete to pull that off. That's what makes it fun, though a more simple position I like is the Amazon. Somehow that tracks. If you could change one part of your frame, what would it be? And any reason, if you want to talk about it? Bonfie crosses her legs and leans on the bar. We're not talking about this. I refuse. We're not bringing that in this game. There's already enough of Fab Nights at Freddy's having the Futo option. This is... No. Not again, guys. Look. Let me be clear, alright? I'm gonna take like a minute here to be serious and to be honest with all of you watching. Fine by me. If you like that stuff, it's none of my business. Who am I to judge anyone, right? I am in no position to judge anyone at all. But as far as I'm concerned, I don't want to deal with this stuff. So please, keep this out of here. Goodness gracious. Mr. Smith thought about developing such a thing for the more interesting clients that come in, but he decided it wasn't worth the cost. For once, I find myself agreeing with Will Smith over there. There's just not enough demand among the high-paying customers, those that want to see that want femboys, not... Oh, Jesus, something else that... Good lord. Next topic, please. Let's move on to another conversation. Think he's got a femboy... Oh, jeez. Is that hinting at something that's coming in the future? Just a new... Oh, goodness. Yeah, I think it is. Guys, I'm going on a limb here. I think that's hinting at something. We'll see. We'll see. One last question then. Dogs or cats, and why? Cats, of course. I love a... You wouldn't love the cat I have. Mine is fucking horrible. I'm of course talking about Fox the Puss. Worst cat on earth. I assure you'd hate him as much as I do too, Bonfie. Well, in my totally professional opinion, your conversational subroutines are doing great. Anything you wanted to ask me? It's been kind of one-sided. It has been. Bonfie thinks, then grins and asks, if you could only have one of us girls, which would it be? That's a stupid question to ask. I mean, she's asking it to Josh here. She's not talking to me, so... Okay, Josh is probably gonna have a different answer. Oh! Oh, I gotta save. This is gonna be crucial later on. This is gonna be so incredibly important. So we can choose one of the 4 main girls, or we can say there's no right answer to that, or even another option that says you're not interested in any of the main 4 girls, which I feel... It's kind of a horrible option to pick, unless you're hoping to, you know, do something with Lexi the Shark, which we did see in my last video of Night 5. Lexi's really good, but there's only one option here. Chiku. No, there's no I think. It's just... Stop it after... Dot. Chiku dot. Period. That's it. Figures you'd like the quiet types. It's so much more than that. The quiet types, sure, alright. She might be a bit quiet, but she's also a great cook. She's the most kind of them all. She's really compassionate. She hosts, like, great Bible studies. She's the cutest of the bunch. There's so many qualities when it comes to Chiku. She's just perfect, you know what I mean? Anyways, I should get back to my pod. The upgrade process took a lot of power, and I'm running on dry here. Hey, Bonfie, it's okay. It's okay. You know what? Whenever Gaming Rose gets to this part of the game, he's gonna choose you. Okay? He's gonna choose you, and all is gonna be good. Alright? You just gotta be patient, but he's gonna get to you. And probably other players too. Hey, if you're a Bonfie fan, let me know in the comments section. Like, tell you what, let me know in the comments section what you would have chosen. Which one would you have picked? Would you have gone for Frenni, Fexa, Bonfie, Chiku? Would you have said, hey, actually, I don't want any of the main 4 animatronics. I want possibly Zero. I want Lexi the Shark. Let me know in the comments. I want to know. I might do a poll about that, actually. I'd be curious. Maybe I'll do some sort of poll on YouTube. She hops off the stool and heads for the animatronics room. I think my answer probably disappointed her a little bit, honestly. Maybe she got a bit sad. I know she's putting more emphasis on her hips and ears as she walks, as if she's trying to lure me into following her. I checked the time. I've got plenty of time to kill now that all my assigned tasks are done. This might be a good chunk of time to spend exploring the HVAC system. Now, it begs the question, are we going to see the impact of this decision right away? Are we going to spend time with, like, Chiku right here because I chose her? It might let me enter some of the more restricted areas or get away from any danger. I'm not expecting to find any major secrets, but I never know when it comes to Frenni Fazclaires. An hour later, I've managed to map out 85% of the vents. There's ways to get into the pizzeria, VIP areas, and even the exterior of the building without showing up on any cameras. I've also found 2 passageways with added security, specifically laser tripwires and what I think is a sound monitor. All my rewatches of Mission Impossible came in clutch here. One way leads to where Smith's office is, while the other goes down to what I imagine must be the server room. For now, I head back to the security room to do some research. Alright, it's time to do some more research. I'm gonna go ahead and research local missing persons again. Let's do it. Chiku's comments about wanting to be a nuclear engineer come to mind, so I searched for anyone missing from Waterfall Institute, that might fit the bill. We're gonna get some more info about Chiku, so I'll keep on researching that. This might get me closer to Chiku. By pure chance, I find someone. She's blonde, curvy, and overall fits the bill of human Chiku in my mind. Can we get some sort of picture or drawing? She's pictured as a missing person in a newspaper from 5 years ago with the following tagline. Pictured as Sophia Hart. Sophia Hart. Cheerleader and sophomore at Waterfall Institute studying nuclear engineering. Her last known location was on 8th and Jefferson, near her dormitory. Sophia Hart. Sophia Hart. If you have any information, please call whatever that number is. A few further photos I find online show Sophia eating pizza and partying with her friends. I also find one of her friends mentioning that Sophia struggled with bulimia episodes. Unfortunately, that same friend isn't accepting DMs from strangers. Still, this is big. I figured out who Chiku used to be. After a few hours of researching, my shift comes to an end. Wow. That is indeed a big deal. And later on, this is going to play a big role in the story, I'm sure. Congratulations on reaching day 6. I hope you enjoyed this update, alpha version demo. The full visual novel will cover all 14 nights. As you might have found out, there's all manners of twists, turns, and secrets to uncover. My hope is that you're interested enough to follow and support this project as I continue dev work on it. Right now, it's just myself, a few fan translators, and a single artist working on things. We're looking for more team members as well as general support via Patreon. You can check out our Patreon page right here. Until next time, ciao. And that concludes night 6, folks. Talk about a big revelation at the end. That was a bombshell. That was a nuke of a revelation. We have a name, a human name for Chiku, Sophia Hart. A beautiful blonde cheerleader, and I hope we get drawings for it at some point, because I can visualize it in my mind, but I don't know how accurate it is to what NightFox wants it to be. But, yeah. Amazing. Absolutely amazing. Like NightFox said, if you want to support the game, you can do it through Patreon. I'll have the link to that in the description. I also have a download link to the free version of the game on itch.io, so choose whatever you prefer. But, yeah, that was pretty much my last video about this update, unless NightFox sends me a message and he's like, yeah, you missed a lot of content. You missed a lot of stuff. And then I might do an extra video about it, but I think this is pretty much where I'm gonna end it with this update. I have a lot of work on my plate as it is, so keeping up with everything is a bit difficult, so I just mostly wanted to cover all 3 new nights and do a proper job at showing everything there is to show. So, yeah. Again, let me know in the comment section which animatronic you would have chosen. What would have been your decision personally to go with either Frenni, Fazclaire, Bonfie, Chiku, or maybe none of them to go with one of the other animatronics like Zero or Lexi the Shark. Could have been one of those too. So, yeah, I'd be curious to know. You can, of course, join the Great Legion's Discord server to talk about this game and all kinds of other things. You can take a look at my own Patreon page as well to see a lot of exclusive art, to see these videos uncensored, and to see them before they're uploaded to YouTube. And that's really going to be it for now. For now, that's going to be it when it comes to a Fortnight at Frenni Fazclaire's. I am thoroughly enjoying this visual novel. This update definitely brought a lot of information when it comes to Chiku. We're starting to learn a lot about her, and I just love where this is going. So I've probably neglected the other animatronics in the process, but what did you expect of me? What did you expect from me? Like, come on now, guys. Come on. You know how it is. You know how it is. It's like, this fucking simp. Of course, he'd be all focused on Chiku again. I mean, hey, come on now. I gotta figure out what happened to, Sophia Hart. I got a name now. I'm getting closer to finding out what happened to poor Chiku. So I'm of course going to be back with the next update whenever it comes out. But for now, like I said many times, this is it for a fortnight at Frenni Fazclaire. So thank you so much for watching all this video. Take care of yourselves, and I'll see you in whatever I do next. So with that, as always, take it away.